It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. He's on the doorstep of another milestone in a great season, approaching 1,200 yards. It's the Huskies and the Golden Eagles, coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us north of the border in the historic French-Canadian city of Montreal, Quebec. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Huskies of Chicago taking on the Golden Eagles of Montreal. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Montreal club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they've come in on a nice run. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway here in Montreal. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 22 carries, 109 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync. And that bodes well this late in the season.
On second down, right back to Hunt. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 2. Throwing Jones. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is that right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
B.J. Ojulari able to make the stop. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. In motion, Hill. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. On this one, it may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the cornerback.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. A 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Young on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this returnable for Hill. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now Jones. That one downfield for Dotson. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder. You think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the 1st down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking 1st down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a 1st down.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed,
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct? But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Young to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Big strides. Look at him go. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On 2nd down, Young. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Gano's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On the option left, it's Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. Operating from the gun, Jones. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. What a career he continues to have. That catch is number 815. That ties him with Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp.
And just think about this. The only people ahead of him in the tight end position in catches, Antonio Gates.
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Kareem Hunt, touchdown, Chicago. Kareem Hunt with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's another shot now for the Montreal offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Now Young. He'll find Hodgins there complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Young on first down. And his throw is incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Look at this defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
Looking to throw, Young. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Chicago offense set to get started. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because, look, what they did last time out, Now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Jones. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Getting in there for the tackle, Marcus Williams. Now 2nd and 5. Now Young. A short throw to Ingram. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the short catch and put the down marker back to 1.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake, Young. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Young from the shotgun. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for the touchdown. Isaiah Hodgins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Golden Eagles are back within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
95 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
They'll give to Hunt here on the option.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Here's Jones on 3rd down.
The throw left sideline falls incomplete.
So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Here's Jake Bailey now.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
He had the touchdown pass on that previous drive, number 25 for him on the year. And he'll look to keep it rolling, 1st down.
1st and 10, Young.
This one completes Alec Pierce.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 15-yard line.
This thrown quickly onto Cooper. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
3rd and short yardage, Young.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Over the middle, he's got Chenault. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. This is caught.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Punt. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there pushing him backwards and denied his bid for a second score.
On second and goal, Jones to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many...
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Zach Ertz, a 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
At the 23-yard line.
A second down throw for Young.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Hill on the return.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing to start the drive. Jones
looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Jones on 1st and 10.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Cummers was excellent downfield. I think there's more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere he looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
Now yet another incomplete incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And the lead will hold at 10.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
First down, Young. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Meanwhile, Young's throw here taken in by Ingram. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So this a two-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. And he returns this to the 22. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, Young. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. 2nd and 10. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Throwing Jones. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Alex Anzalone, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And the Montreal offense ready to take over now. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
At the 23-yard line.
On play action, Young.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now Jones. Open man downfield is Hill. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll give to Hunt here on the option.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. They bring their punter out there now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Young now. This one finds Pierce on the out route. So the completion good for 7 there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Young looks to throw on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Jones now throwing to start the drive.
Throw right side complete to Dodson.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 7-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Finding Ertz here on the out route.
They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. Back to throw. Jones. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
2nd down and goal. Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
On for the field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's another shot now for the Montreal offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, You're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond. Not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Young. Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Young to throw it. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Gregory Rousseau racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here is Young. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Huskies.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
Chicago.
And they'll give to Hunt here on the option.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
And they'll give to Hunt here on the option.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. A gain of 3, second down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Alex Singleton making the play defensively.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on third down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 16, 2:16 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Young, and an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10.
Young to throw it. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short. And he didn't get there. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, here's Hunt.
And he is going to have a 1st down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
And they take a knee. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Kareem Hunt
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Huskies are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23.
Golden Eagles 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Montreal offense ready to take over now. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They still can't get it. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Chicago, they get the critical victory to move them to 9-7 now. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.